Hello friends all over the world. My name is John Obumesi, a pioneer of Tradocracy. Tradocracy, a new system of government, not yet being practiced by countries of the world. I'm here to give you the importance and the needs to practice Tradocracy. Tradocratic practice is meant for the rich, the poor, the middle class, and for everybody. Electoral competition is made free. Money is not tagged for electoral competition. What I mean is that for all position of president to the least positions, collection of funds, there is some democracy that costs several millions, are made free. Electoral campaigns are made free. Everything about electoral processes are made free. Reason is that competent individuals will be able to represent the people. But in democracy, money is tagged for electoral competition, thereby disallowing major population and competent individuals from competing for political positions. If voting are made free, electoral competition could be made free. That is a gross misnomer in a system of government to tag money for electoral competition. A position that will rule over the affairs of people is very important and should not be selective. A position that will rule over the affairs of people, the welfare of people, the security of people, and money is tagged for it, is a misnomer. And such system of government is not a good system of government. That is the very fundamental of a system of government. A system of government must be able to produce competent individuals to rule over the affairs of people, from selection process to the end. In Tradocracy, a position of president, the competition for position of president starts at world levels. Individual that wins world level will contest at local government levels. Individual that wins at local government levels will contest at state level. An individual that wins at state level will now contest at national level. An individual that wins at national level will represent his party for presidency. And everything about the competition is made free. Some people made money by chance or by luck. Some people are rich, maybe based on hereditary, are rich by chance. And if only such individuals are allowed to contest for political position because of money tag for election, what it means is that competent individuals are grossly disallowed to compete. It is a gross misnomer. It is also not fair. So look at democratic norms, structures, and institutions having certain levels of defects. In Tradocracy, all these are addressed. All the anomalies in democracy was corrected in Tradocracy. Another good aspect of Tradocracy is the Sovereign Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission is sovereign in the sense that government do not appoint Electoral Commission member, and government do not police elections, and government do not finance elections. Electoral levies or transactions are made, and such money is channeled for all electoral processes. In Tradocracy also, there are heads of all professions, national heads of all professions. For instance, Chief Justice of the Federation representing the law profession. In Tradocracy, there should be Chief Health Provider of the Federation representing health profession. There should be Chief Agriculturist of the Federation representing agricultural sector. There should be Chief Environmentalist of the Federation representing environmental sector. Even though ministerial appointments are made by President, in democracy, which was a misnomer, law profession was so amplified, was so recognized more than any other profession. When you have Attorney General of Justice, you also have Minister of Justice. You will also have Chief Justice of the Federation, which is not so in other professions. You have Minister of Health, but there is no Chief Health Provider of the Federation, who is supposed to be based on professional appointment, not appointment by the President. There is no Chief Agriculturist of the Federation. It's completely discriminatory and misnomer to other professions. This is one of the reasons why Tradocracy is out to address. A sovereign electoral commission police the election. Government police force or military are not allowed to police elections. Electoral Commission in Tradocracy have an autonomous bodies, Electoral Legislative Assembly and Electoral Monitoring Guards. Electoral Legislative Assembly makes law for Electoral Commission only. Parliament do not make law for Electoral Commission. And Electoral Monitoring Guard police election. Police force, the military do not police elections. These actions root out pseudo-politics and rigging in electoral competition, thereby bringing fairness and free electoral processes to all individuals involved. Again, there are other units of Tradocracy. The Department of Morality. Department of Morality is a sovereign body in Tradocratic system of government. It monitors the actions of president and evaluate the performance of all executive members at the end of every term in office. It evaluates the performance of presidents, governors, and all the executive members. If a president performs below 50%, he will not recontest. This disallowed wastage or huge sum of money spent for electoral competitions. Tradocracy, a new system of government, should be looked into by various countries of the world because it is the best system of government. It is made up of 4 arms. The new arms included is called researcher. Unlike democracy that is made up of 3 arms, Tradocracy is made up of 4 arms: the executive, the researcher, the legislature, and the judiciary. The new arm is involved in research processes. It has nothing to do with legislative processes or judicial functions or executive functions. The aim of researcher, the new arm of government introduced into Tradocracy, is to harmonize our professions. Because in democracy, there is a discrimination of all other professions because of recognition of law profession over all other professions. All professions cut across all professions in the sense that no profession operates freely. For instance, a lawyer needs a house to prosecute his case. A lawyer put on clothes, use electronic media. A lawyer stores books, stores information in a book or in electronics. Professionals make such available. What that means is that a lawyer cannot practice without the functions of all other professions. So all professions of man govern the people. It is not only law that governs the people. So it was wrong for democracy to give an arm of government to law profession only at the expense of all other professions. And that is one of the main reasons Tradocracy evolves. Tradocracy, a new system of government, does not allow pseudo-politics or pseudo-elections. It is free for all categories of people. It allows fairness, it allows religious freedom, recognize beliefs of people, but value the dignity of humanity. The dignity of humanity cannot be undermined. For instance, the issues of gay marriage, of LGBT, which lowers dignity of mankind. It has nothing to do with freedom or choice of people. There is no absolute freedom and there is no absolute choice or right to every individual. One cannot be so free to marry an animal, and one cannot be so free for a man to marry his mother or for a daughter to marry his father. There's limitation to freedom. You cannot commit crime because you feel you are free. In the first instance, there's no complete freedom in any part of the world. Freedom is relative. Because there's the existence of law that disallows complete freedom. Law predicts or dictates what to do or what not to do. Some individuals will have law to take certain decisions because the law negates it. They will not do it. That shows there is no complete freedom. So any country that is saying it's a free world is fallacy. Because if there was freedom, there would not be law system. And law is important in a country. There's certain level of freedom. I agree. Not to say free world. If there's free world, what it means is that there's no precedents. There are no heirs to dictate your moves. So the idea of gay marriage is not cultural, it's against religion, it's against medical professions. When you view it on medical aspect, it is a misnomer. A man cannot make love through the anus. The anus is not designed for sexual intercourse. Otherwise, such actions could lead to anal prolapse, which need medical attentions. And again, the issue of transgender. How could an individual who is a female, who want to be a man, will replace his female organ with a male organ? Or a man replacing his male organ with a female organ? There is no way you will compare a natural well-being with artificial procedures. Some persons or persons that have done that within themselves always want to commit suicide because they take a lot of medication for them to sustain their life. How could government make legislation to harm the people in the name of freedom or right? So government allow cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery for normal skin conditions. How could government allow plastic surgery for physiological skin condition? Plastic surgery is supposed to be directed to address issues of disease conditions. Plastic surgery should not be directed to a normal conditions. So government should make legislation to protect the people. Everything is not free on earth as it is amplified by a lot of countries of the world, by most advanced countries of the world. I think this action by some of these countries of the world is due to social extremism. Gay system has been in place for hundreds of years, but was not legalized by countries of the world. What I mean is that crime can always be found in a country, but crime is not legalized by countries of the world. So the fact that gay system existed years back does not mean various countries should be legalizing it or lowering the dignity of mankind. This is not allowed in Tradocracy. It has nothing to do with civilization. It has something to do with dignity of mankind. So laws are made to protect the people, not to harm the people. Some certain secret societies are promoting transgender or gay marriage for their own selfish gain. I don't know. They have hijacked government of the world. But we must be able to resist such philosophy. The light shall always conquer darkness. Thank you very much. I want people of the world, countries of the world, to look into democracy, its importance, its means, and its benefit to the world and to mankind. Thank you for listening.